Hey guys, it's Ride2412 here, and this time I'm going to be doing an Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Amaterasu guide. And this time I'm going to be covering the Reflector first. So what makes the Reflector good is the easily chainable heavies she gains from it, or more specifically the easily chainable forward heavies. They can be used for approaching and all kinds of stuff. They can be used to put so much pressure on the opponent, and they're pretty much safe even on block. And even if they block it, you can cancel in the power slash and the weapon, your weapon change, the down, light, medium, or heavy. Well, basically medium, heavy, and reflector stance. But anyway, the instant overheads in this stance are super quick, and even if they advance guard it, you can just go right like that and get back in their face for added offense. The only special move Amaterasu gets in this stance, or the Solar Flare stance, grants her, is the Solar Flare. The light version of the move counters all high and mid attacks. The medium version counters all low attacks. And the Solar Flare Heavy counters all projectile attacks. Well, not counter, but it deflects, or if the projectile can't be reflected, it nullifies it. The light reflects all high mids, shown there. The Solar Flare Medium reflects all lows, as shown here. And as shown here, it reflects all projectiles or nullifies them. Well, it reflects this one. This time, I'm going to be going over the Goliath stance. This stance is really good because of the range, or the added range, and the added damage. And her jumping heavy is stupid good. Anyway, she gets two special moves in this stance, but they're really good for like ending combos and for general pressure. Well, the Goliath chop isn't, but the first special move the Thunder Edge gives her is the Thunder Edge. The light version lunges her forward. The medium version lunges her forward or upward at an angle. And the heavy version lunges her up. This move is good for extending combos, both on the ground, well, just on the ground, preferably the light version, shown here. It's kind of difficult to do, but if you get it right, with Amaterasu, you can do a fully charged Thunder Edge light like that. You always get like a lot of hits done off of it. If it hit confirms, it completely ignores hit stun scaling. And her jumping heavy gets a huge boost too. It can be fully charged, and it does a forced ground bounce. So you can use it as many times as you can. Shown. Let me try to do it again. It's kind of a little difficult to do in the corner, but oh my gosh. When practicing for online playing, the lag simulation I put on low, but shown right there, forced ground bounce. Like I said before, the range and the damage in this weapon stance is really good. It puts her damage on par with a lot of other sword-based characters in this game. So take that note when you use this stance. Oh, and also, the second special move, Goliath Chop, it can be used at the end of combos, but I don't use it at the end of combos a lot because I often run Amaterasu on point. So, you know, damage scaling and all that, they're going to flip right out of it. So I don't use that much. The Rosary stance it can be good and it can be bad. If it's basically mid-screen or up, you can zone with Cold Star, and the heavies go through a dramatic change too. Instead of them being used for like approaching and comboing, they're actually used as a get away or stay away from me type move. Her heavies gain a lot more range. They're somewhat slower, but they have much more range. They cannot be special canceled except for the jumping heavy, which can be canceled in the head charge, low, medium, or high. and weapon change, low or mid. This stance is really good because you get the Cold Star projectile, which is one of the fastest non-beam projectiles in the game, and it's smashable. The light one travels forward, the medium one is an anti-air one, and the heavy version makes Amaterasu jump in the air and shoot Cold Stars at a fairly high distance. This stance is good for zoning and keep away. In between the Reflector and the Rosary, you can have some pretty sweet defense. So keep that in mind when you use the Rosary. Just be sure to use it at mid-screen or up. And like with an assist, she can do so much chip damage. So keep that in mind when you use the Rosary. Amaterasu's universal special moves are the Power Slash, which is basically a mine-like projectile that sets or places one in front of her with the light version, upward in front of her with the medium version, and directly above her with the heavy version. All three of these really help Amaterasu's defense out, and it's in general one of her best defensive options. It's really good after block strings, or like if you predict your attacks to be blocked, it's really good after it. It really can't be used in combos, but it's basically a shield and it places an object between you and your opponent, and you can always place one out. You can only place one at a time out though, so keep that in mind. The second universal special move is the Head Charge. Head Charge light and medium can be used to advance your opponent when you're in the air. Help you cover some ground. The Head Charge heavy causes a it causes a ground bounce on hit. So with that said, it's predominantly used in combos, and it's terribly unsafe on block. Head Charge heavy is definitely one of Amaterasu's more important moves, or one of the most important moves, because it helps extend combos and you can get so much damage off of it. Amaterasu's third special move is down light, heavy, and medium, and they basically switch Amaterasu's weapons, giving her access to all of her different weapons and special moves. Now let's get to mobility. Amaterasu's air and ground dashes are both pretty long, and they can easily be used to approach the opponent. Her ground dash is very similar to Zero's. It's long and fast and safe, easy to approach, easy to use, except you can't block when you air dash, but everyone should know that by now. And her dash can be angled down, forward, or upward. The upward dash should be used for like getting extra ground to just get closer to your opponent. Aiming it downward should be used for instant overheads, because her jumping light, medium, and heavy all have to be blocked high. So if you got an opponent that just loves to block low and all mid attacks, you can just do this and they'll have to block high. And the Thunder Edge heavy is definitely tricky because you can lag it and then go low. I wouldn't recommend using the Rosary since it's a little on the slow side. It doesn't really give too much damage, and thanks to all the hits it has, damage scaling really hurts it. So I don't recommend using the Rosary at all for offense. You can use the Cold Star at the end of combos though. But anyway, another good thing about her mobility is the Goliath stab or Goliath dive. You can basically use it at the end of a dash to get on your opponent, switch to Reflector in midair, and start applying pressure. And if you're good enough, you can actually combo off of it. Let me try to do it here. It's a little difficult, but if you're fast enough, you can combo off of it. Let me try to do it one more time. Like that, you can get free damage. Now we're going to go over the assists. Amaterasu's assist alpha is the heavy version of the solar flare. This assist utility is really low because she's not on the stage for a long period of time, and reflecting projectiles with it is needlessly difficult because you have to be very precise when you use this assist. As shown there, it's ridiculous. If you call her out too late, she gets hit. If you call her out too early, well, if you call her out too late, the projectile doesn't get reflected. And if you call her out too early, she gets hit. So it's needlessly difficult to use this assist. I wouldn't recommend using this assist at all. Amaterasu's beta assist is the Cold Star. It is easily her best assist by far, and easily the best lockdown assist in the entire game. She comes out and she shoots Cold Star, and she keeps the opponent pinned down and block stunned for about 2 seconds. This means any teleport character or anybody with instant overheads or ambiguous cross-ups or mix-ups will welcome this assist. It can even be used in combo extensions as shown here. Oh my gosh. Just like that. That's what makes it even better, is the fact that it can be used in combos. Everyone benefits from lockdown. Defensive characters get the time to run away. Zoning characters get to fill the screen up with more projectiles. And rushdown characters get mix-ups. This is what makes Amaterasu so good on many teams. Amaterasu's Gamma assist is called Bloom. It is one of the rare meter building assists in the game, and it fills the hyper combo gauge about 1/3 every time it is used. However, unlike Morgan's, which lasts for about 10 milliseconds or frames, this assist lasts much longer, and Amaterasu is very punishable for the entire duration she is out. So keep that in mind when you use this assist. It is only recommended to use this assist in the middle of combos, so Amaterasu does not get punished or killed. Amaterasu's first hyper combo was called Okami Shuffle, and it's a kind of a weird hyper combo in this game. The damage scaling on it is just too freaking high in my opinion. It's typically used as a combo ender at the end of the combos and you can't get any more hits in. And the first part of it is Fire Burst. It covers about 80% of the screen and causes soft knockdown. The second part is the Blizzard tech, and it has off the ground properties and it tracks all in front of Amaterasu. The third part is called Thunderbolt. It tracks all in front of Amaterasu except for the last Thunderbolt, which tracks behind her. Teleport characters can slip past Amaterasu, or they can slip past the Okami Shuffle if they chicken block, as shown here. Oh, hold on, let me take this dang advanced guard off and let me show you. But as shown here, the opponent can actually slip behind her and punish her, but they must be quick or they're going to get hit by Thunderbolt. Amaterasu's second hyper combo is called Vale of Mist. It slows everything down by 5 seconds, and what I mean by everything is the opponent. I should have reworded that, but anyway. Yeah, the opponent and every aspect about them is slowed down by 33% for 5 seconds. The opponent can't even connect crouching lights properly, and they quite possibly can't even combo correctly. So Vale of Mist is really good. And her level 3 X Factor, it's stupid good. And it's stupid good in general for utility or DHC. You can tack on so much extra damage for it. Its utility is really high, so there's a lot of characters that can actually use this as a DHC. So, I don't know, you find out something about it and, you know, just see what you find. See if you like it and use it. Amaterasu's third hyper combo is called Divine Instruments. It is typically used at the end of combos to ensure max damage. If the opponent blocks it, you will be left in the Reflector stance, and if the opponent gets hit by it, you're automatically put in the Thunder Edge stance. As stated before, this is typically used at the end of combos to ensure max damage. It's also a level 3 and it has a lot of invulnerability. As shown here, it does a ton of damage. So just use it for that. You can use it to punish reckless level 1s like Bionic Arm and all the other stuff. But just be careful. People tend to X Factor and stuff like that and you'll be alright. Also, it has low horizontal range, but it has a lot of vertical range. So you can use it as an anti-air if you're good enough, catch them dashing, and You know, it's typical level 3. A lot of damage. What else is there needed to say about it? Amaterasu's Team Hyper combo is easily one of the best in the entire game. Okami Shuffle keeps the opponent pinned down and blocks them for a long period of time, and any character with an ambiguous mix-up or instant overhead can easily take advantage of it. They can even combo after it without an off the ground. However, an off the ground is recommended for easier time comboing off of it. Dr. Doom is the best example of this. With his off the ground normals, he can easily convert a ton of damage off of this. This is one of the primarily reasons why Dr. Doom and Amaterasu go good together, just because the synergy between the two are just so good. Keep that in mind when you use Amaterasu as a second character on your team. Easier access to her Team Hyper combo can easily mean the difference between winning a game or losing a game. The funnest part about using Amaterasu is comboing. She has 3 different weapons and different moves in each weapon, well, except for universal special moves. So comboing with her is going to have a lot of variety. And here we go, we're going to do some combos. I hear a lot of people say that Amaterasu has low damage. Well, I disagree with that, because Amaterasu's damage is actually really average. The only problem is people don't really know how to weapon switch into Thunder Edge to get as much damage as possible. Here is your level 3 X Factor Goliath Infinite from Okami Shuffle. When properly done, none in the cast can survive. for all you guys having trouble connecting Okami Shuffle into your Goliath Infinite in level 3 X Factor.